afternoon. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Millennium TV 24, Money Talks, and I am your host, Cynthia Abbott, your financial advisor, your coach that's guiding you down that path to financial independence. Once again, I am excited. I'm so privileged and blessed to be here, just to be here with you, to talk with you about your finances, to make sure that we're seeing eye to eye, make sure that we're getting you to build and to make sure your financial house is in order. So as we continue this series of Money Talks, today I will dive right into talking about having the proper type of life insurance. Now remember, in the first few sessions we talked about building that foundation and making it solid. I mentioned to you making sure that foundation is solid with term life insurance. I never did give you more details about what it entails when it comes to life insurance. And today's session, I'll give you an overview about what the different types of life insurances are and which one is the best one to protect your loved ones, because don't you want your loved ones to have the best that life can offer? And that's one of the most important decisions that someone will make in their lifetime, is making sure that their loved ones are protected, having the proper type of life insurance. That is the key. So let's talk about some statistics. And these are surveys that was not done by me. They were independent surveys done by companies such as nerdwallet.com, lifehappens.com. Here's a quote. Term life is the best option for most people because it's much more affordable and it offers insurance when you need it the most. Now, people don't plan to fail, right? They just fail to plan. But what if you don't have the proper information to plan with? It's not your fault. It wasn't my fault when I was sold on the wrong type of life insurance. But what happened is, once I allowed myself to get into the business of learning and understanding and getting educated about what life insurance was, becoming life insurance licensed, I then was able to look at what I had, understood the fine print, because it's a contract, it's a policy. And once I looked at it and I was able to understand the language, I was appalled, guys. I picked up the phone and I called that insurance company and I asked those hard questions that I didn't ask before, that I didn't know I could ask. I just figured life insurance is life insurance, just like a lot of us did not know. Once I got my questions answered, I was fired up to make sure I provide this knowledgeable information to everyone and anyone that will listen. So here's another statistics. Term life is the most affordable type when initially purchased and provides protection for a specific period of time or the term. Term life insurance is pure protection. There is no hidden agenda. It's like your fire insurance, your auto insurance. Its sole purpose is to support your family if you die. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are we all not going to die? Yes, we are. We must accept it, that dying is a part of living. I've had many family members that died. I had my mother, my father, I had sister, I had brother that died. No one had life insurance. My sister had life insurance. She died at age 53. Now, because I'm the go-to person in my family, you do this and you take care of all the business. And I love doing it. When my sister, my favorite sister, eldest sister, passed away, she was 53 years old. That was back in 2016. She bought a life insurance policy thinking that if she was to pass away, her husband and her children would be protected, the house would be paid for. However, because I was given the opportunity to contact the insurance company, I was told, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but your sister died too soon. I thought that was pretty cold. And I said, wait a minute, I know my sister died too soon. Why are you telling me that? So I was told by the representative that because this policy have not matured, we're not going to pay out, because she had to have it for at least 2 years for us to pay out. She had it for 18 months. So I'm asking questions because I didn't know. I was not in the business at that point. And I said, wait a minute, why would someone have to wait 2 years to die? I thought life insurance, you die, you get paid. No, it's written in the policy, and I'm sure your sister knew. Well, my sister was a smart woman, and if she knew that, she would never purchase that. So I am on a mission to help you if you need my help in understanding that you can be sold on the wrong type of coverage for your family. So thank God her husband was able to pull it together and got the expenses taken care of. Because did you know the average cost of a funeral, and this was back in 2019, the survey was done, the average cost of a funeral is $7,640, average. Now for cremation, the average cost is $5,150. So if you don't have these things in place, GoFundMe doesn't take care of your family, guys. We have to make sure we have the proper protection, because term life offers you the most for your buck. And you need to understand that if you have a car, do you have a car? Do you insure it? That's my question to you. How much is your car worth? Do you insure it? I know I do mine. How much is your house worth? Do you insure it? Definitely have to insure the house, right? No, here's my question to you. Listen up. How much is your life worth? And do you insure it? And I'm sure your life is worth a lot more than your car and your house and the cell phone and the jewelry that you insure. So it's important to know that you must protect your loved ones with term life insurance. Because there is this thing called the theory of decreasing responsibility. Have you ever heard that term? When I heard this, it was like a light bulb went off. Now, here's what the theory of responsibility says. In the earlier years, you don't have a lot of money. You may have young children, a lot of debt, house mortgage, so you need more coverage. But in the later years, when those costs have decreased, you need less coverage. Because at retirement, you need more money. You need money when you retire versus having a policy, because you can't take that to the supermarket to buy food. So my goal is to ensure that you understand the decreasing responsibility of protecting your loved one with the right type of life insurance. Because your life matters. Your family life matters. Your children's lives matters. And Susie Orman, actually, she quoted that. I quote her. I strongly believe that term is the best insurance for a vast majority of people. And it's literally costs a fraction of other forms of insurance. A fraction. The cost is very low. The cost is affordable. You can afford to protect your family. You can afford to make sure they have the proper protection with the proper information. And financial literacy, I talked about planning for retirement. As we build that financial house, we talk about emergency savings. We talked about compound interest. We talked about the rule of 72 and how's your money working for you. But did you know life insurance is one of the biggest investment that one can make in their lifetime? Did you know that? Well, now you know. And I'll explain to you why. Now, the reason for that is because when you purchase a life insurance policy with the right company that have your best interests at heart, and you pass away, now the applications I do for my clients, if they pass away, they put a deposit today, they do a life insurance application, and they pass away tomorrow, their families are receiving that death benefits. So that's having proper insurance. Not like when my sister passed away and I was told personally that she died too soon because the policy didn't kick in after 18 months. So you now understand, having the right type of insurance with the right company that cares about you, cares about your family, care about making sure your loved ones are taken care of is key. And putting these things in place is key to make sure that you don't have to think about this if you're on your deathbed. And that's the last thing anyone wants to think about. How is my family going to survive? Now, the people that I help, most of my clients, they love their family so much that they would never die without having protection in place. It would be devastating for them if there was an afterlife where they had to come back and look at what was going on. So, fundamentals of the theory of decreasing responsibilities is very important to understand it. As I said, in the earlier years, you need more coverage. And what I found is that most people are underinsured and over premium. In the earlier years, you need a lot of coverage. So if you're underinsured and you have young children, you have high cost of debt, house mortgage, and you pass away, how do they continue to live the same lifestyle or better? How do they continue to be able to make sure that those children are able to get the best education that you want for them if you're no longer here? So again, making sure that you have the proper insurance in place is key. So remember that point. The theory of decreasing responsibility. You think about it, when you think about it that way, earlier years, more coverage, later years, you need more money. So your responsibilities decrease. 30 years later, your children are grown, they have children. So you don't need a huge policy. And what I found is that when people have these small policies, they're underinsured. It literally costs them a lot of money for a small amount of coverage, $5,000, $10,000. That is not going to take care of all the responsibilities afterwards and be able to take care of your children and your debt. You need more coverage. The average coverage for my clients is $250,000 or more.